sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.
Yo, make sure y'all can hear me up in here. Make sure y'all can hear me up in here loud and clear. Because we here 5:32 on the dot. And it's the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. Today is Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Monday, July 24th, 2023. And we have a lot of NFL. I think this is going to be an NFL and college football edition of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. I think Bug is in the background. I'm not too sure. He's still muted. I don't know if he's doing anything at the moment, but we are here. We are live, and I'm gonna bring it to y'all real quickly. And let me know when you're ready, Bug. Just type in the private chat and let me know when you're ready. But I gotta do this real quick. And I'm gonna have to throw this up here because we did this already. And congratulations to the Las Vegas Raiders on signing Marcus Peters to a 1-year deal. Do not know the details of it just yet. But we'll get more into that once Ian Rappaport put out some more information about that. Mac will be here soon, but I wanted to throw this back here real quick because training camp starts tomorrow for the Las Vegas Raiders. We know that, right? And he signs right before training camp starts, ladies and gentlemen. He signs right before. And it's all good. But I just wanted to throw that and get that out the way real quick. I didn't want to make that a big topic because we have a lot of topics to talk over. But make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, man. It is the Darion Hopkins Show. We are 11 subscribers away from 3,000, ladies and gentlemen. 11 subscribers away from 3,000. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, all at the Darion Hopkins Show. And we make sure that we're here, man. We make sure that we're here, and we're going to be talking a lot about the NFL because training camp and everything else is going down with the running backs and stuff of that nature. But make sure y'all go to SeatGeek.com and go to SeatGeek.com to get a great time with live events, sporting events, especially if you want to go to NFL preseason games. That is the best bet to go get your tickets and use the promo code DHopkins and get $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek.com. If you're ready to get into some betting for the NFL season or for the WNBA or for MLB or any sport that's going on actually currently right now, make sure you go to betus.com and use the 125% sports book upon your initial deposit with the link in the description. Make sure you go to betus.com, hit that link in the description, and make sure you get your betting on. And I have to say this, make sure you go to the link in the description, which is fortwall.com, where you get all your D-Hop Nation merch right there. I will be adding more stuff on there, like cell phone cases, hoodies for the fall and everything of that nature. So make sure y'all go check out those three here. But Marcus Peters signs with the Las Vegas Raiders. We all know that. And I do want to give my condolences to Gilly the King. a Philadelphia native. His son got gunned down last week. They had the funeral today. So prayers go out to Gilly the King and everything of that nature. But Marcus Peters is a Raider, y'all. Now, do we sign Troy Hill? Don't know. Don't know. But we will have some more down the pipeline when it comes to that. But thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode, man. I really do appreciate y'all. Oh, he said give him 5 minutes. Okay, cool. But we're going to keep the show going, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep the show going and make sure we get the people in here. Make sure you share on Facebook. Unfortunately, they banned me for 6 days to not share in groups. So I cannot share in groups for the next 6 days. So if you are watching on Facebook, make sure you share the live on Facebook. Engagement is a really big thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into these topics for today. And I hope that Mac and Bug can come up here really quickly and talk about it, because I do want to talk about this as well. And that is the power rankings going into training camp for the NFL. So this is going to be a very interesting topic when it comes to power rankings. I would love to see where teams rank at now going into training camp. So these power rankings is going to be a little bit different. You know, these are not my power rankings. These are according to Bleacher Report. So I just want to make that very clear that these power rankings are not by me. They're not by me. So I just want to just throw that out there. But before we get into that, make sure y'all shout out what's going on, Mitch. Mitch, what's going on? I already heard about it, man. Calvin, what's going on? Calvin, what's up, man? Daniel, what's going on? Daniel, what's up? Thank y'all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. But the power rankings, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get straight into it because I know Mac is running late and stuff of that nature. And I know he probably going to be running a little late as well. But we are in the building. So let's get straight into it. 2023 NFL power rankings. Where does every team stack up in training camp? Now, it's time to go on a camp. It's time to go camping now. Training camp is officially here, y'all. And who doesn't love camping? Now, there's s'mores, there's campfires, fishing, and hiking, and all sorts of fun when it comes to camping. But of course, camping in the NFL is a little bit different. Yes, it is. And these are the workouts in the blistering sun. Weights are being lifted. It can kind of be not fun to do that. You know what I'm saying? It can kind of be not fun to do that. But training camp is the most important step toward prepping and mentally and physically a grind for the regular season. Now, as we get step closer into the preseason, which will be started at the end of going into August, the opener against Kansas City Chiefs, Bleacher Report NFL announcers Gabe Davenport said that, they have to come together, offer an early look at where the teams will stack up. No, but of course, number one is no surprise, but I'm going to just go through them very quickly. So I'm going to go from 32 to like 29 or some ish. So we're going to go through all 32 teams' power rankings real quickly, and we're going to check it out. So number 32 is the Arizona Cardinals. Now, we know all the Arizona Cardinals has been not an easy offseason. You're getting rid of DeAndre Hopkins. Buda Baker wants out. You got a new head coach, Jonathan Gannon. You got a few different here, man. You got a few different here, but that's good that I got here because I got the power rankings right on top, and my guy is finally in the background. And that is my boy Matt Campbell of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. What's up, man? Good afternoon to you, man.
What's up, man? It's been a rough day.
Listen, I know internet going out and all that, man. I know that kind of pissed you off a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just like everything works off our Wi-Fi at the store. So once the Wi-Fi goes down, store goes down.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I was getting quickly through the NFL power rankings going into training camp. I was just going through them. I wasn't going to explain anything. I was just going through all 32 team power rankings and going into training camp as of now. So
I got rankings are pretty self-explanatory most times, especially at this point in the year. It's right. Like, you know what I mean? We're just looking at the paper. Whatever.
I mean, I just want to see where they got them ranked at going into going into training camp, because I know these power rankings are going to change.
Oh,
I know
congratulations. I seen the breaking news.
Yeah. Thank you, man. We worked out Troy Hill, the former Ram that won the Super Bowl with the Rams. We worked him out today. So I don't know if we were going to sign him or not. But I mean, we ended up getting a 1-year deal with Marcus Peters, which I was not surprised at. I knew that it was going to be a 1-year deal, knowing that how our salary cap is. So it wasn't going to get more than that. So what do you got?
That was a good pickup for you guys, especially because the defense that you guys run. So that's going to help you out a lot, because he's a solid veteran. He knows the playbook, and he can definitely help push the younger guys along. Marcus Peters is not a selfish player whatsoever when it comes to the locker room.
Yeah, and I completely understand that, but I just hope the Raiders just go look for a linebacker, at least get a 1-year deal on at least a linebacker, because that's the only place on defense where we have lack of depth at, is at linebacker. So hopefully we could go out and do something. I know there's a lot of rookies, undrafted free agents but the Raiders are good for finding good undrafted free agents if you look at the previous years. So I mean, hey, that's another story for another time. I will talk more about that on Nothing But Raiders podcast tomorrow. But I'm gonna just go through these real quick. 32, they have the Arizona Cardinals. 31, they have the Houston Texans. 30, they have the Chicago Bears. 29, they have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 28, they have the Indianapolis Colts. 27, they have the Atlanta Falcons. 26, they have the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers. Woohoo! I
Carolina,
thought it was going to be in like the bottom 3 or 4. That's why I was like, huh?
Keeps
going, but he's not saying the Panthers. What the hell?
Yeah, the Panthers at 26, the Las Vegas Raiders at 25. They have the Green Bay Packers at 24. Washington Commanders at 23. Tennessee Titans at 22. I don't know how I feel about that, but we will keep going. 21 is the Los Angeles Rams. I don't know how I feel about that, depending on how they play this year. The top 20 right now, New England Patriots is at 20. 19, Denver Broncos. I don't know how the Denver Broncos is higher than us, but that's another story for another time too. 18, the New Orleans Saints. 17, the New York Giants. 16, the Detroit Lions. Number 15, this is the top 15 now, Minnesota Vikings. 14, Pittsburgh Steelers. 13, Cleveland Browns. 12, Seattle Seahawks. 11, the New York Jets. And here's your top 10 power rankings. I think these probably be kind of obvious. 10, the Los Angeles Chargers. 9, Jacksonville Jaguars. Ooh, Mac, you ain't gonna like this. They got a Baltimore Ravens at number 8 on the power rankings.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. Listen. That's the one thing that I am happy about. Don't get it twisted. I don't want my team being talked about, because 90% of the time, if your team's being talked about, it's not a good thing. And then 2, we are good at being underdogs. We are glad to be the underdogs, because then most of our opponents, they look down on us. Oh man, it's just Baltimore. Oh, they got a defense. Oh,
right.
Let's see.
But do you feel like at number 7 they have the Miami Dolphins ahead of y'all?
Yeah, Miami is understandable, but the fact that have you said the Cowboys yet?
Cowboys is number 6.
How? Come on.
I told you this might be kind of obvious, but hey, it might be some reason that we have to argue, man. Listen,
are the Bengals number 1 or number 2?
What's going on, RC? What's going on? Let's see. So number 5, San Francisco 49ers. Number 4, Buffalo Bills. Eagles at number 3, Cincinnati at 2, and Kansas City at 1.
Fuck whoever made this motherfucking list. They dog shit. Dog shit.
I knew it was gonna be somehow that you was gonna feel some type of way about that.
You got there. How is Eagles not number fucking 1? Eagles are number motherfucking 1. What did they lose this offseason? You tell me what they lost. I'll tell you what they gained.
They lost CJ Gardner-Johnson. They lost Kazir White. They lost Hargrave, their best defensive lineman. They lost a few pieces on defense. Offensively, they didn't lose nothing.
But what I'm saying
they didn't
is,
lose nothing on offense. They gained on offense, but defensively, they lost a good key player.
Look what they recouped in the draft, though. They got the best defensive tackle in the fucking draft.
But
they
I don't think he's no Hargraves, though.
Defensive line, huh?
He no Hargraves.
I mean, he doesn't have to be a Hargraves. When you look at the studs you got blitzing off of that defense.
But who's their linebackers? That's the only issue I had with the Philadelphia Eagles. Who's their linebackers? You lost T.J. Edwards and Kaiser White, who was very productive for you last year.
Oh no,
that is the only weak spot for Philadelphia when it comes to this roster.
So again, look, and you know what? I think I was talking about them the other day. I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles come and grab Queen.
They'll figure it out. I think the Eagles will figure it out.
I mean, but regardless, bro, they got all them dogs over there.
But I kind of understand why they put them at 3. Number one, they lost the Super Bowl. I get that. Number two, you lost a lot of key defensive players. And number 3, you lost both of your coordinators this season. So I understand why they put them at 3. I think the Bengals should have been at 3, but the Eagles should have been at least 2. At least 2. Because they were the top 2 teams in their conferences. If you want to be honest, they were the top 2. Chiefs and Eagles were the top 2 teams in their conferences when it comes to the AFC and the NFC. So I mean, why they not?
San Francisco got kicked.
San Francisco at number 5. That's crazy.
Because I mean, you could argue San Francisco is better than the Eagles. You can definitely argue San Francisco is better than the Bengals. I mean, if we're outside of the quarterback position, look at every other position. They got him by a landslide. So
I agree,
on, man.
I agree 100%. I mean, they got some of the best. They got like Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, and they still have a number 1 defense, no matter who their defensive coordinator is. So I get it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I
think number 5 is disrespectful. I mean, if you want to look at I think they should be. I think they should be ahead of.
Is ridiculous.
I think they should have put San Francisco ahead of Buffalo, in my opinion. I don't know how Buffalo is 4 over the San Francisco 49ers. That's crazy to me too.
Outside of 4 guys on their defense, I can't name anybody else.
Exactly.
They got
you can name a whole bloster of people.
They got that one linebacker, Matt, whatever, and that low.
And they lost Edmonds to Chicago. So,
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like, bro, I absolutely feel like this is a popularity contest. With what I'm saying is, it's just like even the Ravens. When you look at the Ravens all the way around the board right now, yo, come on, man, they're better than that fucking half the teams that were like other than San Francisco, absolutely better. Okay? Kansas City Chiefs. Better because of Patrick Mahomes. Let's be honest here, right? The Bengals, just as a whole team, fuck no, Bengals ain't better than us. Their defense ain't better than us. It's just not. And then the offense, you're talking about similar fucking weapons, but you're talking about Lamar Jackson, literally the most winning quarterback in NFL history so far. Bro, he's a 90-some% winning. Who else is in the 90s? Nobody. Patrick Mahomes is just outside of the 90%. Just to
once he keeps winning,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So once it actually translates, and I think this year is going to be big, man. Watching them guys out there playing and practicing, even without pads on, and now they're starting to get to the pads. I'm just telling you, like, I would not be surprised if we're in the AFC Championship game.
All right, so let's get straight on to the next topic here, and I'm gonna wait for the start, bench, and cut because I want to talk about the running backs, and I know you had kind of a topic about Josh Jacobs standing still on his way of not settling for the contract, but Austin Ekler put out a running back Zoom call where they talk about the future of the running back. Now, I don't know what actually happened on the call, but even Nick Chubb came out and said that the running backs are being robbed. So the running back community is coming together in this situation. And what made me mad about what Ryan Clark said today on First Take, he said that he understands that running backs need to be paid, but that's what the market is. Number one, let's just be completely real now. We had quarterbacks that got overly paid, got hurt, or didn't live up to expectations in how many years in NFL history? Let's just keep it real. Some of them deserved their money, some of them they didn't. Daniel Jones didn't deserve his money. I think Saquon should have had that money over Daniel Jones. If it wasn't for Saquon Barkley, do we really think Daniel Jones would have had the year that he had? I mean, I don't think his year was astronomical like an MVP caliber year. So for me to have Austin, for me to feel like Austin Eckler have this conference call, and for Nick Chubb said that they got robbed, and Ryan Clark said, "Oh, it's just the market because when Christian McCaffrey got that big deal in Carolina, he got traded to San Francisco, and he still put up top end numbers after he left San Francisco. I mean, after he left Carolina, he talked about Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry wasn't the same since he got his contract. Ezekiel Elliott didn't live up to his contract when he got that big contract. You only named 3 running backs, and y'all saying Tony Pollard deserved this big money. For me, Tony Pollard is only good because he fits the system basically. But
what I'm saying is,
I just don't get.
I can name at least 5 running backs that achieved well over 1,000 yards and didn't make $2 million that season.
Right.
And that's my problem that I have with it. Especially, like I said, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, man, through and through. I believe if you can't run the ball, you can't win. That's the philosophy.
No,
I live by that shit.
Listen, if you can't play defense and run
one-dimensional, you're one-dimensional.
Right.
Now, if my secondary is trash, then obviously I'm going to have a hard fucking time stopping you. But the whole thing is, if I know all you're going to do is pass the goddamn ball, it's a lot easier for me to game plan against you. So that's my whole thing is. Without that, I mean, come on, this is the fucking NFL. This ain't fucking Little League. This ain't Pop Warner bullshit. This is real life grown man ass shit. All right. So if you don't have a running back, then your team's gonna fucking shit the bed. So eventually,
this is what they feel. They feel as though that if they can't, and I had to disagree with Ryan Clark because he said, okay, they went out and got the Kansas City Chiefs went out and got Isaiah Pacheco as an undrafted free agent, made it to the Super Bowl. They feel as though that you can replace the veteran running backs right now and not get paid with younger guys in the draft. So this is going to be a revolving door when contracts come up that you feel like, oh, you could go get a running back in the draft. I think that's complete BS. I think it's complete BS because these guys like a Josh Jacobs that's in his prime that still can play ball right now, and you're looking to replace him because he wants more than $10 million. That's bullshit. That's bullshit to what Ryan Clark is saying. Yeah, you went out and got a Dameon Pierce out of the Houston Texans, and he had a dog year. I get it. He's a rookie. He's on a rookie contract. But I bet you when it comes to getting a bigger contract, if he keeps being productive, he's not going to get that contract because it's the market.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, for me, if I was a running back and I'm up for fucking pay, nope, no worries. The second I'm no longer on the motherfucking books, I'm not getting paid, we done. We're fucking done. I'm not doing shit extra for your team. I'm not coming to motherfucking extra practice. It's what they call that, quiet quitting.
Mm-hmm.
I think if every running back in the NFL, like all the major running backs, have said, you know what? Nah, we ain't playing this shit.
What's going on, David Burns? Make sure you share the live, bro, because I cannot share the live. They got me banned for 6 days for sharing the live. So I can't share the live for 6 days, unfortunately. They feel like I was spamming too much, but okay. But
yeah, no. I've gotten kicked off of Facebook and put in Facebook jail. I don't know how many damn times.
So my account is restricted for sharing the live, basically. But I'm just tired of. I feel with all these running backs filling out, even though Ezekiel is not on the team yet, Dalvin Cook is not on the team yet. And now these guys, they want to get paid what they deserve. You want to run them into the ground and give them 300 to 200 carries a year and get over all these yardage and not want to pay these guys. But you give Daniel Jones a max freaking contract that's not worthy of it because it's the quarterback position. That's complete BS. If you let's and Boog is here too. So I'm gonna say it like it is. If you ain't got a running back, you ain't got a quarterback. If you ain't got an offensive line, you ain't got a quarterback. I'm sorry to say, those two go hand in hand. Your quarterback hand that ball off to you, that means it's taking much off of you. If their offensive line protects you, that means that they're doing their jobs to protect you from getting hurt. But what are they doing for the running backs? What are they catering to for the running backs? Absolutely nothing. They got to get beat up time and time again. And look at what happens.
So, and I hate to sound like a dick here, but at the same time, no offense, this is the fault of some other running backs. My whole thing is, like, you see every couple of years how there's certain players that push that envelope and push the pay. How many running backs has honestly pushed the pay? And I'm talking about actual running backs before they get that quote unquote first deal. You know what I mean? Or early first deal. I'm talking about like Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? If Derrick Henry and Saquon and all these guys sit there and it's like Derrick Henry was supposed to notch that motherfucker through the roof, bro. McCaffrey supposed to blow that bitch through the roof, bro. Like on some shit. Like my whole thing is they should be making what wide receivers make.
Oh,
hands down.
He says he's in the back. Okay, cool. But I get it. I get it 100%. But if they put the numbers up and you look at, I mean, Saquon, I know he had his injury bugs. I know Josh Jacobs had his injury bugs, but that's with everybody else in the league. It doesn't matter what position you play. You're going to get injured in this league. So I feel like you're giving quarterbacks money that's not worthy of those big ass contracts. I don't think Daniel Jones is worthy of that big ass contract. That's just me. Now, if he would have got Lamar Jackson numbers, oh yeah, I would have been pissed because it seems like you don't. I want to say overpay, but you overpay at certain positions, but don't want to give your running backs. Even though say if for example, if Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs only asked for like 11 or 12 million. How hard is that for like the next 2 to 3 years for as far as guaranteed money? I don't think that's hard to get. But you want to give Daniel Jones what? Like 20, 23, 24, 25 million dollars guaranteed. He has not done shit for his team without Saquon Barkley. So it just kind of goes hand in hand with me.
No, for real. I mean, I do. To me, again, it's one of the most underappreciated fucking position in football. Kickers and punters get more love and more respect from the teams nowadays. And it's fucking sickening to me. Because, I mean, to know that these top running backs ain't getting paid. So you tell me these guys are knowingly taking that ball and taking that beating. And you know what I mean, with the concussions and the rest of that shit that comes along with it, and it's just like whatever. You know what I mean? Get your head knocked, fuck you, get your brain knocked loose for 3-4 years, and then once we're done with you, we just throw you fuck away. You don't make no real money. You're not in there long enough to be in the CBA deal for like the lifetime deal. What is it? You got to be in the league for at least eight years or some shit.
And you know what? From what I've heard on ESPN today, that Ryan Clark said it was only 2 running backs a part of the Players Association. 2.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. 2 running backs.
2 running backs. That's only a part. And I forgot the names that he said, but I remember he said only 2 running backs.
And you have to think. Not only are you talking about one of the most valuable positions besides the quarterback, you're talking about one of the most vulnerable positions. We're talking about taking hits and just you in general. Like, how are they only like what 2? Like, nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's sad.
I can't lie.
I feel bad for them. I feel bad for the running backs, man.
As a sports fan too, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this was kind of, and I don't mean refreshing like that, but just in a way to see like bro, it's way these dudes, like, it's a lot more that goes into this than just them coming out on the field and running the ball. Like, these guys put their life on the line damn near every day. They getting hit by 350-pound dudes and shit like that, bro. Like, you could break your fucking neck, anything, bro. Like, it's just a lot that goes with that. And you wouldn't think that, especially for the guys that are really producing, like a Josh Jacobs or Saquon, a team that wants you to come out there, like Nick Chubb said, and perform. They want you to come out there. We want you to run for 4,000 yards, 400 carries, and then next year you're like, well, you kind of ran for them 4,000 last year, so we don't know if we can pay you as much. Like that's something crazy to think about, just in the aspect of like coming out there every day and playing at your best and being one of those top guys and still having to fight to get your money, bro. It's like,
it just shows that this is a quarterback-driven league.
Mm-hmm.
It's a quarterback-driven league. I mean, you could, when it comes to wide receivers, they can set the market at any time. They will pay a wide receiver in a heartbeat. They will pay a tight end in a heartbeat. They will pay an offensive lineman in a heartbeat. But when it comes to that running back position, here we go. People saying the market is dead. The market is dead because they just don't want to pay the running backs for their contributions. Period.
Well, so again, that's why I said, man, if the running backs from here on out take a stand, and anybody, when you finish the year in top 5 category and you're up for fucking contracts, you want at least as much as the top 3 paid guys.
Facts.
And that's how you push it. That's how you push the envelope. So eventually somebody's going to be the top number 1 guy. And he's going to be, all right, I want 22 million a motherfucking year. That's how you kick the can to where then your average running back's going to get around 15 million. And that's what they should be fucking averaging. And you want to talk about lifespan? Yeah, there's only a handful that really get over 10 years now. Well, why is that? Why is that? When you don't use somebody, you don't design a game plan around them. It's just, well, we're going to give you anywhere from 5 to 15 carries. It'll change week to week. So this guy don't know what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it's thrown up in the air.
It is. It definitely is. So I don't know if Matt came in with any trivia today. Not too sure if he did.
No, I didn't have time.
But okay, it's cool. It's cool. So we just gonna go strictly into the next topic, and we're going to go to the training camp issue. Now we're having issues with training camp right now, where players are already getting hurt. My question to both of y'all is, how the hell do we prevent this? Even though they probably just in helmets, shorts, and probably not even.
No, it's non-contact. It's non-contact, and that's what most of the 3 injuries I've seen so far have been non-contact injuries.
Besides Naeem Hines was on a jet ski when he got hurt.
Yeah, so easy preventative ways to do this, man. You stay hydrated and you stretch. When there's a period of time where you're sitting in a huddle for more than a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Like your body after running and moving and stretching starts to tighten up. So if you don't stretch regularly, then these are the things that happen. And that's what I'm saying. It's basics in conditioning. You know what I mean? Like you have guys that are standing there not doing shit. You go into for meetings, you come back out to run some more plays. Everybody stretch. Make sure everybody stretch. Nobody's cheating themselves. When you cheat yourself as far as stretching goes, that's how you pop a hamstring. That's how you tear fucking shit. That's NCLs, ACLs, like all that shit.
And I feel like it goes into strength as well, because a lot of players in the NFL, if you look at it, right, a lot of players, when you see their workouts, you always see upper body strength. And you never see leg day when it comes to these NFL players. Especially, I see the upper body strength, yes, but you're going to need your legs, that power in your legs to help out with to be combined with your upper body strength. You're going to need both. And it comes from being on this type of grassy turf they could be on, if they could slip. Because as a former player, I played on grassy turf and I played on regular grass as well. And I can say this, when it comes to the grassy turf, that shit could be slippery at certain times during the day. You just don't know how you're going to plant, how you're going to cut. And sometimes you when you coming off of injury or you in the off season, get your legs stronger too. Because a lot of these injuries is coming from lower leg injuries. Now, Naeem Hines, you was on a jet ski. You was having a good old time when you tore your ACL. So I really can't say that for you. But CJ Gardner Johnson, from what I've heard, that is day to day. He didn't tear anything, but that could have been catastrophic because he got carted off. I just feel like they do need to protect their bodies a little bit more. Like you said, they need to hydrate, they need to stretch, but they need to get in the weight room and get their knees and their calves stronger as well.
So I can say this. The Ravens, like we have a good video group. They make a lot of videos of workouts and trainings and stuff like that. So the Ravens, we promote leg day. We got a video.
And see, that's crazy you said that, Matt, because as soon as you sent that topic to the chat, like I played football before and I was playing corner and I broke my wrist at practice before. And I just personally feel like when I go back and look at it, when it's bad injuries like that, I'm not saying the players shouldn't be stretching out, get it like that, but I kind of put it on the coaches. Like when you have players getting hurt like that at practice, like Max said, you either got players out there being lazy and just taking it like they just out there bullshitting, or they out there going too hard. Either way, it's on the coach. You get what I'm saying? What are you doing? You just standing right here, stretch it out. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just so many. I just feel like even with the weight room, how you saying D-Hop, like that should just be, especially with leg injuries. I feel like in the NFL in general, that should just be so big of everybody just building on their legs, bro, and stretching and like, cause what the hell, bro? Like at this point.
No. I feel like
there's another thing I can throw out there real quick too, Mac. If you look at the players in the NFL now, nobody wears knee pads anymore.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
They don't wear knee pads anymore.
Remember back in the day,
so many knee injuries because they don't wear knee pads.
It's crazy. Back in the day, I remember Fitzgerald was like one of the only guys I knew that didn't wear knee pads, but he was like one of the few. Everybody, then that's crazy you said that.
Yeah, no. So the problem is in the NFL, most of the strength training and conditioning coaches are like former bodybuilders, former gym bodybuilders, and shit like that. When they should lean more towards motherfucking people who understand the body, who understand the ligaments and the stretches and the movements. Even though, like, yeah, of course, weight training is very important, but it's all the other steps that go into it. Knowing how to do the right rep versus trying to do 50 reps in a row that are trash. You know what I mean? And that's what I think it is. Like that's the Ravens' problem. We had Steve Snyder for 2 years. And this guy was fucking like 50-some years old, jacked out of his mind. But we had more injuries under him than any other strength and conditioning coach that we had. Mind you, we had one for almost 10 years. Okay. So more players got injured under him in the few years he was here than under any other fucking. So we got rid of his ass. And look at it. Since we got rid of him this year, we haven't had any injuries so far this training camp, or you know what I mean? And hopefully the rest of the year, knock on wood.
No, I agree. I just feel like at the end of the day that they really need to buckle down on getting their strength together. They just gotta, everybody think, okay, upper body strength, you got the best upper body strength, but mind you, your legs and your power come from your legs before your upper body strength even happens. People fail to realize that. And when you're rushing a quarterback, what's the first thing that moves? Your legs, right? Before you get into your power move. When first thing you need to do when you running a route, you gotta make sure you drive out with your legs and pump your arms.
Yeah,
it's always legs first.
So I will say this. So for quick guys, like especially edge rushers, wide receivers, and shit, like I could understand not wanting to fucking bang out 300 pounds, you know what I mean, on squats on leg day, because the whole thing is like, and we've all seen this. Players that'll bulk up and slow way the fuck down, and that becomes a small problem. But again, I don't think it would be as big as a problem if more guys did it. It's just to what extent. Like if everybody was trying to look like, remember Doug Martin, the muscle hamster?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If everybody was trying to look like him, I think the NFL would slow way the fuck down. But being as well, I get exactly where you're coming from. Like yeah. They should work on their entire body, and I think for the majority of them, they do. I think it's just like that small 10% that fucks it up for everybody else.
Agreed. Agreed. Absolutely. So, I want to get into the start bench cut. This is the only one that I had for today. So you start, you bench, or you cut. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, or Justin Herbert.
Oh, that's easy for me.
I mean, it's
Oh,
easy for you, but I mean, I'm just saying for the audience as well. I mean, because these three guys is really good quarterbacks. I mean,
yeah,
they're really
no.
good.
So
So,
I'll go first,
of
right?
course,
I'm going to start Lamar Jackson.
Go ahead.
I'm going to bench Joe Burrow. Then I'm cutting the shit out of Herbert.
You know what though? I'm with you there, man. But I think mine's a little bit vice versa. I think I am going to start Joe Burrow. I'm going to bench Lamar and cut Justin Herbert. I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to bench Lamar, but I love the arm strength of Joe Burrow. I love the accuracy of Joe Burrow. I love his throwing motion. I'm waiting to see that.
Of course, I gotta be the oddball, huh? So I'm gonna start Lamar. I'm benching Herbert. I'm cutting Burrow.
Okay, damn, that's spicy.
That's
spicy.
That's definitely spicy because, like, I mean, Herbert got to make the playoffs for me. He got to make the playoffs.
No, man, but it's crazy too, bro. When I tell you, I had to, like they got like the PFF chat for like the people that's getting trained and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, when they dropped the list yesterday, I was damn near not trying to say too much. I was like, I don't want to get fucking fired, bro, because I was like, there's no way. How the fuck this man never made the playoffs? Or I mean, I can't. I mean, like you might as well throw Trevor Lawrence on there and all type of. If you putting Herbert at the top 6 quarterbacks, bro, like the top 6, like that's tough, bro. I just feel like that's
Are they
tough.
going strictly off stats or not playoff wins? Because I think that got to be strictly off stats.
Yeah, how, but I can't lie. So especially kind of like with doing the process, they really big on. They big on a lot of stuff, so it was probably a lot of stats into that. But I feel like still, if you were still going into stats, I mean, with Aaron Rodgers, did he have a good season like that last year?
He was all right. He wasn't.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So it's like even him being up there is like
it was pedestrian to see.
So that was I don't know, man. But that was a big thing. Everybody's like, Herbert, how can Herbert be up there? Herbert, that set it on fire yesterday, bro.
Well, let's take a quick look before we go into the next topic when it comes to because this is the NFL. This is the NFL show today. I don't care. This is a football show today.
Yeah, how many days we got in counting, Mac? How many days we got in counting right now? I think it was at 50 the other day, 55.
I think we still in the 50. No, are we in the 50s?
Might be in the 40s.
We are. We're like 49, 48 days until kickoff.
We are 7 weeks, sir.
Yeah, 7 weeks.
That sounds better when you
7
put it
weeks.
like that.
Well, I crossed it off on my calendar day by day, baby. Day by day.
But looking at Aaron Rodgers' stats last year, 3,695 yards, 26 TDs, 12 interceptions on a 91.1 passer rating with 64.6 completion percentage. Now with Justin Herbert, 68.2 completion percentage with 4,739 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions with a 93.2 passer rating. So, I mean, the completion percentage is kind of the same, but he definitely outstatted Aaron Rodgers by a landslide, in my opinion. The touchdown interception ratio almost kind of the same, but the completion percentage only 2.5% more. But I'm gonna have to cut Herbert. I mean, do you gotta think
one of Herbie's one of his big targets was down last year. So I mean, that's another thing too. With Keenan.
If Keenan can stay healthy and Mike Williams can stay healthy, especially with the new rookie from TCU, they will be fine. They'll be fine. So, So we definitely David Burrows, we definitely counting it down, player. We definitely counting it down. But I don't know if y'all saw this though. Have y'all watched the top 100 players so far that's voted by the players?
No.
I haven't seen too much. I've been seeing some lists, but I don't know if it's the voted by players one. I've been seeing some lists.
It's voted by the players one because I went to NFL.com and I wanted to make sure that was the actual list. So I know NFL.com has it. I know Bleacher Report has it because Bleacher Report and NFL is kind of like intertwined with each other. So okay, they have some new faces on this list from 100 to 91. They have some new faces on this list. And I was like, okay, this list is cool and all, but I definitely think it could have been a little bit different. So what they had on here is at 100, they had Devontae Smith, wide receiver from the Philadelphia Eagles. At 99, they had DeMarcus Lawrence from the Dallas Cowboys. 98, Tristan Wirfs from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 97, Harrison Smith from the Minnesota Vikings. 96, they had Trevor Lawrence from Jacksonville. 95, Jamal Williams from New Orleans Saints. Well, played for the Lions last year. 94, Terry McLaurin at 94, wide receiver for the Commanders. 93, Eric Kendricks, linebacker for the Chargers. 92, Marlon Humphrey from the Baltimore Ravens, and Dalvin Cook at 91. So that's the first. So that's the first 191.
That shit is sounding ridiculous already, bro.
All those guys should be top 50 players.
Yeah, that is sounding
everybody.
even
and
worse.
This is voted by the players, ladies and gentlemen.
Even Tristan Wirfs, like, wow, bro, like what? And the only crazy part is now I get what Mac is saying, because people definitely sleep on Humphrey, because watch Ramsey be in the top 30 and they got Humphreys that far back.
I can't wait to see 90, 91 to 80. I cannot wait to see this. Because Dalvin Cook at 91, that's the numbers that he had last year. That's crazy to me.
That is crazy, bro. Already.
Devontae Smith, he's his first time being
All I'm
here.
saying is,
I get that.
If Sauce Gardner is in the top 15, this dog shit. This dog shit.
And this is about the players, y'all. This is
I want to know who's doing the math. Who's putting the list together? Everybody make the list. Who's the motherfucker that puts it together? That's what I want to know. Who's the one switching the names up and down, or are they just generating it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to know how that process goes as well.
Because I'm sorry, just off of hearing this, it just don't sound right. It don't sound.
It's not. Yeah, because I don't see any receivers like put. Like Marlon is not, like Marlon's not one of them dudes that when you line up across from him.
Terry McLaurin, you're telling me you got like 10 wide receivers?
It better be
Terry McLaurin. Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here, bro. Come on,
I'm disgusted with that one.
The Humphrey part, and then Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence, you gonna disrespect Trevor Lawrence and put him at the very bottom of the motherfucking barrel?
Yeah,
that's crazy. And
he's the only quarterback.
They gonna put Kirk Cousins' motherfucking ass in there above him. which right there is more disrespect than anything, because if Trevor Lawrence would have had his coach and been on the Vikings with the team he's had the last 2 years, that motherfucker probably would have made to a damn Super Bowl.
I knew this was going to light a fire under y'all, man. I knew it was. When I looked at the list, I'm like,
real.
Even though Jamal Williams is at 95, that man led the league in touchdowns last year. He led the league in touchdowns, rushing touchdowns at that. But Dalvin Cook too high. I mean, a little bit. Not too high. But Terry McLaurin at 94. That's the one that stands out to me.
That's disrespectful.
Mad disrespectful. This is by your peers that you play with in the league. So the NFL, we need to know what the process is of how these players vote or how these players make their list and how y'all tally it up, because something ain't right. Right.
What did you just ask the two top guys on each team or some shit? No, I mean, because I need to know how many players voted and how you guys added that shit up, because this don't make no sense. I feel like Marlon Humphrey and Terry McLaurin for damn sure, and Trevor Lawrence should absolutely beg more, beg for more respect than that. Like, that just, it doesn't. Okay. All right. Let my blood pressure go back down a little bit. Like, man, I was all relaxed from yesterday. I played.
I knew that Power Rankings was going to get you, and I knew I knew that top 100 players that was going to get you.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Fucking trash, bro. Trash.
And bro, just to let you know, they have the Dallas Cowboys as number 6 as a top 10 power ranking going into training camp. Over the Baltimore Ravens.
But
at number 8.
okay, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna only tell you why I say that. I can see that because when you're considering training camp, so like I just think they're considering their rookies. You get what I'm saying? Dallas coming into it like so. When we're thinking about Dallas, calm down. When we think about Dallas, we think about Dallas producing. But like you know what I'm saying in the season, they're looking at okay, they got Mozzie. You know, they just looking at they got Cooks now. They just considering all that. So I can see that. Now are the Ravens better than them, of course, but going into training camp, I can see the power rankings with them trying to slide them up there. It's ridiculous, but I can see where they're coming from.
So how
they're
you feel about
considering
the Eagles being at 3, Cincinnati at 2, Kansas City at 1?
Kansas
going into training camp. Kansas City at 1, Cincinnati at 2, Eagles at 3.
What did Kansas get?
They got the Bills at 4.
It makes sense.
San Francisco 49ers at 5.
What don't make sense is you pushing the Bengals. The Bengals got like barely any defense. They've got like I guarantee their defense don't come anywhere above top 15.
Yeah, they lost Jesse Bates. I mean, yeah, they lost Bates. Like, I mean, who they got? Cheetah Bay? Like that's really it. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you look at the power rankings, we're going into training camp. Kansas City ain't make no real moves. Going into training camp, they didn't. They lost more than they gained. Yeah. When you lose Orlando Brown in free agency, I mean that's a big loss on the offensive line.
I'm 50-50 on the boy. I am. Whereas though, like he can play good in certain situations. I've also seen him get fucking steamrolled. So, like, don't get me wrong. Like Orlando Brown Jr., he's a good tackle. But he's also had the benefit of having 2 really good mobile quarterbacks. Well, now he's got a stand-up quarterback that's going to stand in that pocket in Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, really, when you think of Joe Burrow, it's not mobility is what you're thinking about. So when you got a statue quarterback that has to have a clean pocket to throw, now you're talking about now your big ass is going to have to kick slide and use them tree trunks on an every down basis, not when it's convenient when your quarterback can't run away. Now, like I said, I'm not saying the boy ain't good because he's good. I love him because he's one of my hometown guys. You know what I mean? Like his dad Zeus played for us. Mm-hmm. You know, I wanted him to play for us for a long time, but fucking idiot really thought he was going to get Rodney Stanley money and replace Rodney Stanley. And like we already backed the Brinks truck up. We not fitting to do it again. Right. Not especially not if you want to play the same fucking position. Okay, you want left tackle money. But then didn't even get left tackle money. That's the hilarious part. You got just a little pinch more than Lance Johnson or Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson
from Philadelphia, yeah. Lane Johnson, he's gonna be an Eagle forever. I don't see him leaving no time.
Yeah, I mean he better fucking be at this point.
He better be an Eagle for a whole time. But I wanted to get into Mac topic here when it comes to these retro, these throwback jerseys that they coming up with now. I know y'all seen a few. I think and I'm gonna just throw one up, and that's the Tennessee Titans one when they bring it back. That Houston Oilers.
Damn it, you took mine. That was the whole reason why.
No. I said. I mean, I'm just putting it up there, and we're going to talk about other throwback jerseys. But this one right here, do y'all feel like this is the best throwback jersey out right now?
Okay, this is the one I personally like the most because I like the Oilers, I like the history, you know what I mean, and all that good shit. But the iciest one is the all white Jets. That bitch is crispy. The throwback white Jets. Oh boy, that shit remind me of like the early days, baby.
Let me pull that up for y'all real quick. The Jets throwback jersey. So New York Jets. Let me throw that up for y'all real quick. I know they got like a verify. Oh, there you go. Boom.
Yeah, with their stripes on the arms. Look, man, that is
That is
throwback.
hard.
That is
That's hard. I like
classic.
that. I'm not gonna lie though. I like Seattle. I like Seattle's old schools.
Yo, Seattle's old schools is thorough. I think they
Yeah.
got
I mean,
that's
but
for
the
me.
one thing I can say though, like we've all seen that throwback jersey a handful of times now. The Jets ain't did this one, and I don't think they've done it in probably at least 15 years or more. Just like the Oilers, the Tennessee Titans haven't used the Oiler jerseys since
I mean,
I want to say the early 2000s.
when it comes to the Las Vegas Raiders, we ain't got
Even
shit.
Atlanta. You see Atlanta bring the red helmets back.
Yeah.
Atlanta brought the red helmets back. I forgot who else brought some helmets back.
I know this is like the video for it, but I'm actually trying to look at the picture of it. I mean, that's a small picture. I don't think they have too many pictures of it, but oh, there you go. Yeah, this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's
tough.
That's fire.
Tough.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's fire, man.
I wish like hell the Ravens would buy the original Ravens logo back just so we can do throwback jerseys. Like it sucks, man. Because the original Raven symbol, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, it's tough as hell. It's literally the background on my phone. I don't know if it'll show you, but it's like there you go. You kind of see it. It's the Baltimore symbol with the B and the wings on the side. But and then they had the Raven with the open wings on the sides, and it was like them old starter fucking jerseys, and that shit was tough as hell. And then they switched all that shit up because the designer didn't want them to actually use it because he wanted. I think it was like $1 million. He told them to give him $1 million.
Yeah, I think bringing back the red helmet was fire.
Oh, dude, that looks.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, those my dark horses this year, man. Watch it, man. Y'all know it's wide open over here anyway. Watch what they do, man. I think they're gonna do something.
I mean, they definitely got a chance to make it to the playoffs. I just like when you think of them top 3 NFC teams, I don't care how good they play. I don't have them beaten any one of the top 3 teams. But yeah, no.
I mean, because I just think when you think of all them teams, all those teams have well, I guess let me think. Yeah, I would say all 3 of them have a receiver, right? That if you could take him away, it makes that game a different game. When you think of the Saints, when you think of the Thomas, I mean, they got Olav now. You get what I'm saying? But you got, I just think people sleep on AJ Terrell and Jesse Bates in there, bro. It just kind of like gave them what they needed over the top. I feel like.
See the new helmets that the Detroit Lions had. They had some dope behind new helmets. Like this color,
there they go.
Their color is crazy. I think this color wave is crazy.
Oh shit! Did y'all see the Browns new helmet?
I'm not a fan of it. I think it's okay, but I don't think it's the best.
I just like that they finally threw something else in there because their uniforms are so fucking basic.
They're like a big ass orange bowl.
Yeah, they tried to do something, bro. Like they tried to do something.
Yeah, that's the Lions helmet. I think Anthony Price said nothing beats the Cincinnati all white and black. I don't know about that.
We still
the Ravens all blacks, baby.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be lagging, man.
Are you trying to get on it from your webcam?
Yeah, my internet is not fucking with me today.
Oh
man, listen, I understand.
Look, man, I wish we could get some of our money back. Every time the internet goes out, we should be able to hit a button and be like, boom, we get free a day.
Yeah,
like my access was dog shit, so I no, you gonna give me another day for free.
Let me pull up the Browns helmets real quick. Let me pull them joints up.
Yeah, I don't think.
I like that, man. The Browns, they came with something, man.
But fuck the Browns.
You knew he was going to say that. Okay, so this is not the actual verified page of the Cleveland Browns.
And this will be my last top take. But if T.J. Watt ain't in the top fucking 20, I'm gonna go ballistic, bro.
Let's see if we can pull up day helmets real quick. But yeah, agreed. I think I think TJ Watt should be a top 10 player. You know, when you look at his production,
I mean, the whole thing is like I could think of a good probably 10 to 15 guys that could possibly be voted ahead of him. But even if the players are voting, bro, if he's not top 20, something wrong.
Where's these helmets at? But you know, this day Twitter. You know, they're gonna post like every damn day on the day. So like they signed some players, but the Browns colors is weird, but it's like if you know how to style it, you can actually style it.
You can pull something, yeah.
You can pull something with it, but it's just like I'm sorry to you know if I get demonetized, but it looks so shitty. It just looks so shitty in some ways. And I guess that this is a sneak peek of the sneak. Oh, this is a sneak peek of the all white helmets, I guess.
The all white. The Browns are doing the all white helmet.
Yeah, that's why I said that man. It looks all right. It looks all right. I can't lie. It looks all right.
See, they working on it, right? They actually like working on it. So I want to see the finished product, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it looked good. They had Njoku wearing it. They had David Njoku wearing it. The uniform, trying them out. It looked nice. There you go.
Yeah, this is it right here. This white is not bad.
It's something good for the Browns because their uniforms are so ass. So I just feel like, okay. Even my cousin, he said he was like that damn near made his day. Like just seeing that they finally had something different than just that regular shit that they had.
Yeah, this is not too bad. I think we're going to see more throwback jerseys come out, you know, later once the weeks goes by. We're going to see more come out. But I mean, that I ain't gonna lie, I have to like agree with Mac. That Houston Oilers is fire though.
Y'all don't fuck with the creamsicle from the Bucks?
No.
Nah, I mean, I do.
I feel the same way about the Steelers Bumblebees.
I hate the Bumblebees. Now that's the one I hate the Bumblebees. I hate it with a passion. I cannot stand it at all.
I mean,
who else brung? Oh, I think New England brung theirs back, didn't they?
Yeah, but we usually see those though.
Yeah, but they wear those. Yeah, they wear those.
They wear those already.
That's like the Packers. The Packers wear theirs.
The Eagles wear theirs.
The Vikings. What about the Vikings? When last time we seen their old schools?
They kind of look old school now.
Oh, y'all see the Colts new uniforms with the black?
Matter of fact, I think that's the one that I missed.
Nah, that's good. That Matt, come on now. They didn't have nothing, bro. They didn't have nothing. That was all right for them.
They got Richardson.
I know. I'm
saying the best quarterback in the draft. What do you mean?
No. I'm saying as far as uniforms, the coach.
Their uniforms was a bit plain though.
That was fire for them to come with that.
You know what? No problem. You know when I'll stop being mad when they give me my two Lombardis back.
Two?
Oh yeah, because they used to be
the Baltimore Colts. The Baltimore Colts.
he said he don't want.
Bring the Lombardis back to Baltimore where they belong, where they were one at, and then maybe I'll stop being so salty.
Well, this is the black helmet that they have right here. That black helmet. I think the Colts needed this really bad. They needed this bad. I think
that's fire.
That gives me a college football feel.
Bro, that's literally. It looks like my high school's fucking helmets. Like I played for the Patterson Clippers. It was black and like a navyish blue, and that's exactly what the fucking the uniform looked like.
Those jerseys is I think that blue. It's the blue for me. Oh darn! I don't know why I made me do that, but
yeah, that's fire, bro.
It's the blue. Like
the
that
looks tough, but the jerseys are mid.
Nah, it just to see them in something different. It's like okay.
Yeah, because I'm tired of seeing the Colts in them old ass uniforms. Like I the numbers in the C is a little different too. It's it's a bit mid, but I think it's better than what they had.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's better than what they had. So when it comes to that, I think the Oilers they got me. They got me, but I'm really liking them Seahawks, man. It makes me think of that just made me think of those old days with the Seattle Seahawks. Them helmets is so underrated when it comes
Yeah, no, those is fire.
Hell yeah, Anthony. I'm fucking Mr. Hater. You're right. Listen. That's the one good thing I get to do with going this damn show. I get to voice my opinion.
Facts, man. So
and don't get wrong. Hey, let's keep it 100. 90% of the time, I give 100% to sports. You know what I mean?
Right.
It don't matter what team, wherever. Like I want to see history. I want to see bad teams do good and change shit. I do. But the you know what I mean? There's a couple teams in the NFL I just I don't fuck with. I don't care what good, bad, sad. Don't matter.
Especially the Baltimore, especially the Indianapolis Colts. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If Anthony Richardson made it to the fucking Super Bowl, I'd probably be cheering him on. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be, just because I want to see that rookie win a Super Bowl. But if you're talking about like just being a coach, nah, man, I'm not a Colts fan. I don't like it. They took my team away. I was born without a football team because of them.
Darn, damn, that's crazy. But I want to get into.
But the worst is my dad turned, after the Colts left, my dad turned to a Bills fan. You know how bad that fucking hurt in the 90s?
Oh man. Them 4 straight Super Bowls that the Bills lost in the 90s. That's crazy to me. I don't know. Bills fans still they are hunted by that.
and then thank God for Art Modell. R.I.P. Art Modell. I hope he does get into the fucking Hall of Fame. He damn sure should.
Well deserving of it.
Because he not only owned technically one franchise in 2 different cities, but he turned around and took a team from a city that was losing ridiculous amount of money, wouldn't build him a stadium, brought it to Baltimore, and within 4 years, he competed and won a Super Bowl.
So let's get. I don't feel like this is a big deal, and I don't think this is a real big deal. And I know Mac, he mentioned it in the comments about the Jacksonville Jaguars assistant strength coach, Kevin Maxton, comes out as the first, gay coach in the NFL. But I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't think it's a big deal anymore. I understand that he's a coach, he's in the NFL, he's not actually a player. But I don't think this is a big deal anymore. I mean, we've seen it from Carl Nassib. We've seen it from Michael Sam. We've seen a few other players come out, even the collegiate level. I think it just get to a point where you just want to feel like you want to be you. You still want to be a coach, but you just want to be out about it. I mean, you have a female assistant coaches, office assistant. What's her name? Katie Sowers. I think that's her name. And she came out in the NFL as a lesbian. So, I mean, it's so many ways of coming out. I mean, Michael Sam, first gay player to get drafted. Carl Nassib, the first player to actually be openly active NFL player. I think at this point, it's not shocking anymore. I think because we're in a world where it's acceptable in some places. Some people probably won't care about it. Some people don't like gay people. It is what it is. But I don't think it's a big deal anymore in the NFL. I just don't think it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the reason why I mentioned it is because it's a very small talking point to the fact that in this day and age, we still have to come out. Like, I feel like at a young age now, don't get me wrong, and I'm only going to touch on this topic because I know I'll piss a lot of people off. Like, I'm not any phobic at all. Like, I was raised, my grandmother was gay. You know what I'm saying? Her I want to say my grandfather, Reggie, which her name was actually Shirley Hauk. Shirley Temple is what her name
Wow.
was. I mean,
Fun fact.
listen to me. I thought she was a man until I was 12 years old and walked in on the bathroom at her. Then I realized, what? You ain't got a dick.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
I thought she was a man. And that's when my grandmother had to sit me down and was like, well, Michael, I'm a lesbian. Reggie's a woman. You know what I mean? So it's like, I have nothing against anybody. Live your life, whatever.
Right.
But to some extent, like everything in a logical sense should be just in the forefront. But at the same time, you know, now you're causing people to have uncomfortable conversations, and a lot of people don't like that. And I think that's where a lot of the fear comes from people, like with the backlash of, oh, who gives a fuck, blah blah blah, shut the fuck up, nobody cares, let's talk about football. And I think that's the problem because as a parent, when you have a kid and they see shit, they want to know shit. They want to ask a million questions.
Right.
And it's not always what you want to do at that time. Oh, daddy, he's gay. What's gay mean? You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So it's like, don't get me wrong. I'm happy for him. I'm happy he can be open and out. I'm happy he's doing what he loves and nothing's stopping him. But at the same time, it's like, it's 2023, bro. You know what I mean? Just be happy. Just live your life.
And I feel like it's so, like, I wouldn't say it's not a big deal because I don't think it is, but I think when it comes to the hyper masculinity of being an NFL employee or NFL player, because football is a masculine sport in itself. So they feel like they feel like they're not going to be. I'm just saying it from
I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. Listen to me. I have known and met many fucking football players. Yeah, some of them can be overly aggressive, but you're not. Listen, too many of them get pedicures and there's too many facials and bro, you do so much self-care, right? But you want me to believe that you're this big, angry, tough guy that you motherfuckers should be scared of? I'm sorry, if you got gloss on your fingernails, I ain't shaking in my boots if I'm lined up across you. I'm just saying, that's me.
That's you, but I'm just saying it from I don't think they're going to show that on a football field. I think whatever they do in their personal life is what they do in their personal life. But on a football field, I don't think they're going to show that. I just don't think so. I mean, when Carl Nassib came out, you ain't see Carl Nassib come out in no lipstick or stuff like that. He still produced when he was on the field.
No. I'm just talking about you're like uber masculine, uber guy. Like it's not the 60s, 70s, or 80s anymore. Like these guys, like it's not the same mentality in certain ways. So like you remember back in the day, we growing up, motherfucker, you get hurt, rub some dirt in it, boy. You know what I mean? Let's go. Nowadays it's like, everybody's uber sensitive.
That's true, but we still have people that's masculine and feel like they have to be hyper masculine because they don't want to come out and be themselves. And so sometimes people have to put on an act to be this persona that, because you play in a football league or you coach a football, you have to be this hyper masculine. No, you just have to be masculine. Why I gotta be hyper masculine? Why I gotta be this type of masculine? Why we just can't be masculine? You know what I'm saying?
You do not have to be masculine. You could be the gayest, queerest, outest motherfucker in the world. But if you can play football, guess what you're going to be doing? And lipstick and eyeshadow, fingernail polish, whatever you want to put on. If you catch that ball and run a 4.240, baby, we got a spot for you. I don't give a fuck. You want to wear that weave in your hair? Put that weave in, baby girl. We call you whatever you want. You want to be baby boy, baby girl, he say, she say, whatever. As long as you can play football, we got a spot for you. And that's honestly how I think it should be in every aspect, especially when it comes to sports. It don't matter what you look like, where you came from. Can you contribute to the team in a coaching phase? Can you contribute on the court, on the field, on whatever?
Whatever.
I can agree. Because it was a guy, it's a guy that played basketball in Charlotte, and he played for West Charlotte. So this is like back when, well, y'all probably know a lot about North Carolina sports, but West Charlotte's they had won states like 4 times back to back. They had a gay guy on their team, and he was like openly gay, and everybody knew he was gay, and it was like, but he's so nice and he produced, so it's like, what the fuck can you really say to him? Like, what can you say to him? Like, what do I care after the game if you leaving with a dude on the court? You give me 20 and 10, like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I'm saying? I can't really say shit to you.
I think when it comes to personal life, you shouldn't care if they producing on a court.
Like, what the fuck?
Hold on. Don't be wrong. If your personal life interfere with work life, then we got problems.
Then it's a problem.
Yeah, but I don't see that. I don't see that happening though.
But
you can.
My thing. If Dennis Rodman can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
See, Dennis Rodman is another story. Dennis Rodman is just a gender non-conforming. I don't know what the hell he is.
That's what I'm saying. If he can be accepted, anybody can be accepted. Now, again, like I said, there's limits. There's limits.
But he was over the limit. Now we know Dennis Rodman. He went.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, if Dennis Rodman was in the NBA right now, would it really be that big of a surprise? Would what he's doing still be so outlandish? Not really. He'd get attention still, but it wouldn't be that big of a deal anymore. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, you know, we conform, and it's crazy because it's like I was talking about this with an old head the other day. He said at some point in time, over the next 10 years, right, you're going to be really wrong about something. And it's going to be important. It's going to deal with ethics. It's going to be something. And in 20 years from then, you're going to sit back and think, man, I was so fucked up in the head because I thought about this like this. And he was like, it happens to every generation. Every 30 to 40 years, shit changes so much that what used to be a normal thing is seen as so, oh my God, I can't believe you did this.
Right.
And he was like, it changes every time. And no matter who, no matter what, eventually there's going to be one time where you get caught on the wrong side of the fence. But the whole thing is to always learn and always change. And as long as you're willing to do that, I don't see a problem.
Yeah, it's people I know still hiding from their parents. It's called the DL. We know that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I know a few people that still haven't told their parents though. I know a few people that haven't told their parents.
If you're a lot of people, and I know a couple people, if you're comfortable living like that and you're adjusted and you're fine with your parents just not knowing, there's like I said, a few friends that I have, dude, it's fine. As long as you're comfortable and you don't feel like you're hurting yourself. Again,
what they got.
I'm on the live and let live, baby.
Just live your life.
As long as you don't try to hurt no animals, no children, no teenagers, do nothing really. Live and let live, baby. But as soon as your life comes to my doorstep and cause me problems, then we got fucking problems. Because I don't give a fuck. You can live and do whatever the fuck you want to do until it affects me. And when it affects other people, that's when it makes
it more difficult.
That's when you're the fucking problem. Other people ain't the fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? You become the problem. And I think that's what a lot of people, they don't self-check themselves. Like, you need to check yourself sometimes and make sure what you're doing ain't stepping over the boundaries. Because that's the whole thing about, you know, having free will. Is everybody's free to do what they want. But in an actual, you know, living good society, you know what I mean? You check yourself to make sure you're not stepping over the bounds to hurt nobody else.
Facts. So I thought it was a pretty, you know, dope topic. But Boog, you want to tell us about what happened at FMAU about the video thing? Because that's my first time hearing about it when you mentioned it.
Oh yeah. So actually, let me go ahead and put an article up for you. But so Boston Richie, you know, he's a Tallahassee, Florida rapper. He shot a music video, and it's crazy because before I even I had watched the video before anything else dropped, and I didn't even think like, damn, he inside the locker room, because I'm not even like really thinking, because first it's a HBCU. He performed there, you know, he's from there, where they say, I wasn't even thinking like, bro, this dude is rapping about drugs and hoes and saying bitch and all type of stuff in the locker room. I'm not thinking how far it's gonna go, but the next day the coach actually, he suspended all. Well, they just actually it was reported on today that they're going to let all the players. Nobody's going to lose their scholarship or nothing like that. But at first, he was saying, it might be some suspensions, and he suspended all of them. But here goes the article. So, real Boston Richie has once again ignited a firestorm of controversy, and this time it forced the university to suspend its popular football program. So, the free band signee dropped his music video for "Send a Blitz" on YouTube Friday, July 21st. The video, which was shot in the football locker room of Florida A&M University, features Richie wearing a orange A&M shirt and rocking an A&M helmet. The university left a comment on Boston Richie's video on Instagram. They said, "This is an unauthorized music video shoot on our campus. We are conducting an immediate investigation to determine how it happened." They also wrote, "This video does not represent our core values nor commitment to excellence with caring and aspects of the university, including athletics." But I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. It's just like, bro, even the coaches and some of the, like, well, it wasn't the head coach, but some of the other coaching staff, I'd be watching their interviews and stuff. And he had an interview on HBCU Game Day. I think it was their defensive head coach, and he was basically saying, he was just happy that this is the thing that happened in the offseason. He said he would rather this more be the bombshell than one of his players getting locked up or anything else. He's like, you make them, as Mac was saying earlier, like, you make mistakes, you just learn from them, man. I probably wouldn't be thinking if I was on the team either, like, just being being in that era, like, oh, Boston Richie, he cool, you feel me? He do the video, he from here, he performed here all the time, that should be fine. But you're not thinking of sponsorships and me preaching HBCU football and HBCU sports so much. Like, we do kind of have to realize it's a way to present ourselves, and we have to have a certain. You have to, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You have to have a certain look when you want to get those sponsorships and those offers. You got to talk that talk sometimes. Not saying you have to change or, not be you, but it's just what comes with that. So that was just the big thing with that. Just but
Now,
whatever you want to know what y'all think.
now, what I can say about it real quick, because I looked at it on the Tallahassee Democrat on their article. Now, if he's that type of artist and he that talk that talk when it comes to like gangster rap, I could completely understand why they would flip out, because number one, you didn't get authorization to be on campus to shoot a video. That's one. But on the flip side, a camera could be anywhere. You can make a video from anywhere. It could be a cell phone. It could be a small camera. You can make a video on iPhone so well, you make it think like you had a cinematic camera. That's how it could have been strictly from a cell phone, but I could understand it still was not authorized for them to be in the locker room, put on a helmet, wear a shirt. If that was authorized, I think this would not be a big issue. But since the fact it was unauthorized and the lyrics, never what the lyrics was, which I'll watch the video later and see it was even,
it was like that, D-Hop. I mean, he not know.
Oh shit! Then
he not know Christian rapper. You gotta think the name of the song is "Send a Blitz," so I don't know if you know what that stands for. But that's why I was like, it was funny because you in the locker room doing the football thing, but like "Send a Blitz," like send.
I would have thought it's strictly football when I thought "Send a Blitz." Yeah,
but he thought he talking about "Send a Hit," so it was just like it was. It was a lot.
Got it.
Yeah.
So technically, it was like a censored version of sending that hit, I get it.
Do you think
the underlining of it? So Anthony Price said, do you think it only happened because he happened on the HBU college? HBU don't have the best track record.
I mean, but see, my bad. I feel, but see, this is what you have to think. We're talking about FAMU. This is not like a, you get what I'm saying, like a Middle Tennessee or one of those other what I want to say,
school in Florida where Florida State and Miami.
Yeah, like this is one of those big schools. This is not a peon school, so they don't really need the publicity. I just think they didn't have a bad season last year. Like that's one of the guys I want to talk about today, Isaiah Majors, a linebacker. I think he's 6'1", 225 from there. He won 2 defensive players of the week last year. I think he led the team with like 87, 85 tackles, 13 and a half tackles for loss. Like, they got some dogs down there, bro. they don't really need the clout. I just think they got caught up. You know, it's a rapper. He hit them up. They in college. They like, shit, we finna be in a video.
Right.
They not thinking like this logo right here. That shit could have really got bad. It could have really got worse than that.
Yeah, they definitely could have lost. They could have lost sponsors and everything of that nature. So I kind of understand why they did that, but they just got to be more mindful at this point. They just got to be more mindful.
What you got to say, man?
Y'all gonna think this is funny, but fuck that shit, man. Are you fucking kidding me? It's a fucking music video. I don't give a fuck if they was talking about gang banging and fucking two blonde hoes and then shooting the ops at you know what I mean, around the corner. I don't give a fuck what they was talking about. They made a fucking music video. If anything, guess what that just did? That just spread your name out there even more.
But see,
publicity. Listen, any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah,
no matter what. I don't care what.
I can argue that though.
And then on top of that, it's something that's so fucking small that it's like, if this happened at fucking Harvard, LSU, any of these other fucking big fucking schools, like, bro, nobody would have heard about this. It wouldn't even be a big deal if a local rapper would have came in there.
Yeah, you got to think Drake just had the whole. Drake just had the whole fucking Kentucky team at his house.
The only reason why I think this is an issue with it because the reputation from Miami and the reputation from Florida State. If you look at the past reputation from Miami and the shit that they have done in the past, they're going to find any way to try to bring that back up some way, somehow.
So, and then my other thing is, it's like, what the fuck? Like, again, if we highlighted all the dumb, stupid shit that every major college did in this country, which is what, majority 50 plus or more % white.
Yeah.
What do they do after they win the championship? They fucking blow their own town up. They flip fucking cars and light shit on fire. Are you fucking kidding me? And you worried about a rap video? A rap video? Come on now. HBCUs are some of the best fucking schools in the goddamn country. Me, myself, like, I wanted to go to an HBCU. Like, when I went to Patterson High School. No problem with me. And they was going to give me a free scholarship. Like, anyone I pretty much wanted to. Like, oh, yeah, we want diversity. Come on here. Like, I'm more than happy to. And that's what I'm saying. That's what makes HBCUs that much better. The financial aid, the people that come through those schools, they give back to the school on top. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems to me like they're trying to bring them down for any motherfucking reason. When, like I said, this is such a little tiny thing on the scale that honestly it should have been this little blip.
And that's what made me talk about, Florida State in Miami, because if you look at them back in the days before those black African Americans was coming in, they didn't like how they carried themselves. They didn't like the swagger that they had. It was always an issue at Miami more than Florida State. It was more of an issue at Miami. If you ever look at that 30 for 30 for Miami, they had so many sanctions. They had so many things going on. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But I see that they're trying to put that persona on Florida A&M, and I don't see the big issue in a video. I mean, I understand it was unauthorized. You probably could have asked or something of that nature, but at the same time, we live in a world where electronics can make anything popular these days. This phone right here, we can make a music video right now on this goddamn live. That's how easy access that you can make a video. So. I want to just throw this. I just want to, get this quick take real quick on the. I don't know if y'all heard about the Northwestern thing.
Yeah, man, I've been up on that.
And the abuse is 4 players come out, and one of the former quarterbacks, Lloyd Yates, he files a lawsuit on Monday against the university for outlining what alleged brainwashing the culture of hazing and abuse that become normalized.
So I got a crazy take about this, and I mean, Matt, you can agree or disagree. I'm not trying to say everybody partakes in shit like that, but from what I know, shit that he's talking about is regular shit that happens on the football team, bro. I'm not trying to say it's cool. I'm not trying to say I just know weird football players that, like, bro, I fit not trying.
I heard it was sexual allegations. I don't know if sexual allegations.
The whole thing was he was saying, a couple like some players done dry humped him before, or they fucking like just little weird shit. Like from what I feel like that's what weird. I'm just being 100. Like, bro, I feel like football players do shit like weird shit like that in the locker room, like smacking each other with towels and shit. With they walking past naked, like they do weird shit like that, bro. Like,
I mean, so I guess I'm a lucky motherfucker because I tell you what, bro, motherfucker come over and start trying to
no,
help
and
me.
I was
I'm gonna
thinking the
knock your
same
fucking
thing,
teeth
man.
out,
I'm like, bro,
You slap my ass with a towel.
When
But
I watch his
I
lawyer,
tell you what, I'm gonna take that broomstick and shove it up your ass. If that's
when I
what
watch
you
his
want.
lawyer talk
But
today,
shit,
when his lawyer talked and they went into detail about what actually happened, I was just like, I don't even understand how the fuck you didn't go to jail for assault, bro. Because if 4 dudes is holding you, like, what the fuck are you talking about? You a grown ass? Yeah, like it's like.
I think that to me, I think it was more of abuse than hazing, in my opinion. I think it's more abuse than hazing. Because hazing can be different things.
Yeah, I need detail. I need all the details because
so I mean, according, this is a long ass article on ESPN, man, but they have like 30 lawsuits right now from Northwestern athletes, football, and other sports in coming weeks and months. It's saying that Yanks complaint details several alleged organized hazing rituals at Northwestern that has been previously highlighted, namely running where a group of players restrained a teammate and engage in dry humping and other sexual acts, as well as new incidents complained alleged about defensive backs coach and an associate head coach. Mac McPherson of Northwestern since 2006 witnessed several alleged hazing incidents, including naked pull-ups during a preseason training. Mac McPherson also accused a former player identified in the lawsuit as John Doe, which they're not going to say his name, of showing a social media profile of John Doe's girlfriend on a screen during a position meeting, commenting her appearance and asking for sexual experiences. So it goes
like I said, the dry humping shit is like just a weirdo shit. But the rest of that shit, like, bro, a dude showed you a picture of your girl, said, "Oh, basically, can I fuck your girl?" And like, come on, bro, I'd have punched that nigga in the face. Like, I'm just confused, bro. Like, what's going on, bro?
I mean, bro.
And then they said, according to the complaint, a freshman single.
See, Max, that's what I'm saying. It sounds like you can't even flex. Like, I get it, but it's just like, bro, there's no way shit like this is happening to you unless you're just soft as fuck. I'm sorry. Let me just say that.
I mean,
unless you just
listen though. It takes more than that, bro, because you ain't gonna tell me, bro, I'm in that locker room, I hear or see any of that shit happening, bro.
Yeah,
that
like not yeah.
That shit's dead, bro.
Yeah.
Dead on fucking arrival. So you ain't gonna tell me like, bro, if this shit was happening to you and ain't nobody on the team did nothing and everybody on the team knew, then
and then how many players on the
motherfucking money, bro?
How many players on the college team?
That's what I'm saying. That shit don't make sense unless everybody was in that motherfucker. And then let's be honest. What was what? What was what?
I mean, I don't think for me hazing shouldn't be for me when it comes to college and it comes to hazing, it should be no type of sexual act.
Fuck no.
At all.
Are you
at all?
No.
When it comes to hazing, when I was a rookie playing semi-pro football, I got hazed for like carrying everybody's carry everybody's equipment, or we had to do some crazy freaking workout or some shit like that.
You had to do physical shit.
But
you had to eat shit. You had to you know what I mean? You like you had to work out till you fucking threw up. You had to fucking sit there and do a bunch of shit for other people. Run here, run there, get this, get that. Shit like that is under fucking standable. People pranking you, putting shaving cream all in your locker, motherfucker, you know what I mean? Stealing your clothes when you go into the shower.
That's hazing. That's the part of the,
you know what I mean? But the whole fact is like a motherfucker get them clothes back to you. They ain't gonna make, oh no, you gotta walk home naked or no, walk home with your towel. No, you know what I mean? They'd be like, haha, motherfucker, all right, here's your clothes, get dressed. That was it.
I think
anything sexual at that point, then it's just like, bro, that means you got a bunch of gay motherfuckers in your locker room.
And the fact that the coach said that he really didn't know too much about the hazing going on.
Yeah.
Pat Fitzgerald,
bullshit.
Bullshit. Let me tell you, Pat Fitzgerald is an alumni at Northwestern. How you not know about this shit? You're an alumni there. You played football there, and now you're the coach there, and you had no reason of not knowing about these hazings. This is why you're no longer the coach there.
Yeah, no, bro. Like I said, this
makes everything worse.
This had to be known on multiple levels. Like I said, I hope these young men get paid for the bullshit that they went through. But at the same time, I hope this was a learning experience, motherfucker. Sometimes you need to just throw a right fucking hook. Right. Just hit him. Just hit him, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. There's a right time and place for everything. And trust and believe. If somebody's taking advantage of you and somebody's fucking hurting you, fight back.
Exactly.
Fight fucking back. It don't matter if you're going to lose in the long run. My whole thing is, if you don't never fucking swing, you ain't never going to know.
Exactly.
I've seen crazy shit happen in my motherfucking life where the little guy happens to win. So
it's so bad that civil rights attorney Ben Crump is in this. That means that it's a big deal if you know who he is. I heard who he is before. I heard he had to rock up your teammates or quit the team or
big old fish.
That part, RC. If you're going through that, then quit the team or transfer.
And that's why. And I hate that because I don't want to normalize anything or say it like that. But I just be trying to look at like the grand scheme of things, and that's why I feel like this shit is just gonna kind of hit the fan because, like Mac would say, you got so many players around, and then it's like this shit is not coming out until the coach leaves. Like the coach get fired is one thing. Now it's like multiple guys coming out back to back. It's like, bro, so if this shit was happening, y'all, like I just can't, like I don't know, bro.
From what I know, Bug, from this situation, and I watched the media day of when I think it was the Big 12 that had a media day. I'm not sure I forgot what conference that they're in.
Yeah.
But they had a media day, and they already had him suspended without pay because of this allegation.
Yeah,
but I guess more players came out.
Yeah, because the first guy, they wasn't even dropping his name at first. I remember.
Right. They wasn't dropping no names at one point. They weren't dropping no names. So after that happened, they suspended him to further notice without pay. And then they found more players coming out more and more about it. That's what led to him being fired. Now, I don't know if Northwestern's still going to pay his salary because he got fired while he was under contract, which he just got an extension last year. But for you to be an alumni and play football there and coach at your alma mater and not to know that, I think you deserve to be fired. Simple as that. You deserve it.
Yeah, but that's when and like I said, I'm not.
Bro,
but I think when he's saying he didn't know, because I think that he was looking at that shit as some normal shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
nah, bro. I'm sorry. Like once you get past like the humping and the towel slapping and it gets more sexual, that is predator shit. That is
I get it. And that's what I'm saying. Besides,
listen. I'm just telling you. I grew up with two fucking predators. Like I'm telling you, motherfuckers who literally will look to sexually manipulate any motherfucking possible person they can. And I'm telling you, bro, when it comes down to shit like that, if you don't know, and especially like I said, you're talking about 50 to 100 motherfucking guys on that roster at any given fucking time, bro. Come on, man. You're not gonna tell me nobody noticed that this guy was a predator. Nobody noticed this guy.
No, but that's what I'm saying, Mac. I just feel like if it was that bad, like how the fuck you get what I'm saying? Like that's why I feel like besides, like you said, if it was anything besides the regular weird shit, because that shit is still weird. But I just feel like that's why it's such a big thing now. He's like, oh, I didn't know, because you look past all that, like, okay, this is my regular weird ass gay team. This is gay shit they do, I guess, whatever. Boom. But then you got guys really in here. I guess that shit was just kind of that's a sensitive, weird topic. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of crazy. Like, especially now with him coming out, because at first when I was keeping up on it, it wasn't any names, and they weren't going into detail about what exactly happened. It wasn't until today I seen they were actually going into detail about what he was actually saying happened to him and stuff like that. So that's just, and then you say you got 4 guys so far, right? D-Hop?
Yeah, it's for right now. It's a lot of players. It's a whole 52-page complaint over this
Oh
whole
yeah.
situation.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's a lot of. It's more than just 5 or 6 players. And you know, if you look at Pat Fitzgerald, he's been with this program for a long
Yeah.
time.
So how many John Does is there?
Well, I mean, they only said 2 John Does that's in the Northwestern article when it comes to ESPN.
Okay.
But he was fired on July 10th.
I think it's going to be a group. I think it's going to be a group of 4 more guys, and they're going to be. There's probably going to be 2 real predators in that group. Maybe up to 6 guys on that team. And what it was is them 6 guys were the ones doing all the shit.
Yeah.
And everybody else was so scared and worried, and because the coach put a blind eye to it, it was like, look, ain't nobody gonna help you. Don't call for help. Coach ain't gonna help you. And when you say something to coach, guess what your ass gonna do? Get bounced out of here, and ain't no school gonna take you.
And I wonder too.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's that manipulation shit. And that's what I'm saying. And I'm just thinking off the top of my head now. Think of a motherfucker who's actually sat here and thought about this shit for hours and hours about how he can sit here and pick off 1, 2, 3 guys at a time.
Right. I was just to say that Anthony Price. Like, it's females involved in this hazing.
That coach is going to get charged with negligence. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, he's going to. I think he's done. He's done.
At the end of the motherfucking day. Like, that is your team. That is your job to make sure what they're doing is okay. I understand there's a lot of fucking students to take care of, but that's your job. If you're not on that football field, you're supposed to be looking after them boys. And to tell me that you got multiple boys, and even if you're talking about 20,
it's females involved in this too.
Yeah, females involved too. Yeah,
it's females involved too. So that makes it even worse for Pat Fitzgerald, the fact that you have women that was being hazed as well.
And then what Max saying, it's a group of guys, and me reading a report a little bit earlier, him saying like they didn't want to say nothing because they were about minutes being affected and stuff like that. I'm just thinking about more of the next season. I'm wondering, whoever these guys was, are these some of the Are these some of the star players, or are these some of the star players of the team, bro? Like, are these some of them guys? Because, like, that's just tough, bro. That's tough. That's tough, bro.
And it's crazy because they just hired a defensive coordinator that has to be the interim head coach now because they can't go out and sign a head coach because college football is literally around the corner. So they hired a defensive coordinator right before all this came out. He just got to Northwestern, and now he has to become the interim head coach because they don't. Now he has to put a staff together a few weeks before the season starts. It's crazy.
Like I said, no offense. They might as well just let. I mean, I would. You need to fire everybody on that staff.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't get mad at the defensive coordinator.
I mean, I get what Max saying. I get what Max saying.
Hear me out. That defensive coordinator was not there when that was happening.
Okay, I got a question though.
He wasn't a coach at all.
He was a coach. He was a coach at a different college, and he got hired to be the defensive coordinator.
So hear me out. So I'm saying everybody that was a coach or that was on that staff, in the past years. That has been
they should be going.
Accused. Everybody needs to make nobody can be on that team.
Yeah, and I just feel like for the defensive coordinator that came in and got hired, I just feel bad for him because I know he went from being a defensive coordinator somewhere else, but Northwestern gave him more money to be a defensive coordinator over here. Now I feel bad for him because now you got to make him an interim head coach. Then you got to figure out who's going to be your head coach in the next upcoming seasons because I know mass sanctions is going to come down for Northwestern. So bowl games might be out of here for Northwestern in itself. So I just feel bad for the interim head coach and what he's going to have to go through. But for me, this reminds me of the Penn State thing all over again.
Man, that shit was crazy. That was some crazy. That shit was
crazy. It reminds me of the whole Penn State shit all over again. Basically, but I knew that topic was going to be crazy. We haven't talked about it in a while, but I know he got fired July 10th. But hey.
I just don't understand how motherfucking everybody, like, if you see a predator, how do you not say something, do something when you see shit like that happening? Like, I don't know. I mean, bruh, at least speak up, and that's the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum you ask to do as a human being. All you gotta do is say something. You see something, you say
but
something.
see, you know what? I ain't even gonna hold my tongue on this. I'm gonna be honest with you, Mac, because I feel like I'm one of them guys. Like I'm one of them guys. Like I would have said something, and I'm gonna tell you why a lot of guys don't do shit like that, especially like our generation. You know, y'all a little older than me, but people don't want to be outside the fucking club. Believe it or not, and I know y'all both could look at me like, "What the fuck does that matter?" But I'm telling you, bro. There's a lot of people that literally will know shit is wrong, but will not go against the grain just because they're like, well, shit, I don't want to be outside of everybody else. I don't want to be like the outsider. You get what I'm saying? Like, some people care about that shit, bro. Like, that's how you get weird. Because I get what you're saying, Mac. Like, I wish the fuck I would be walking in the locker room. I wish the fuck can you walk in the locker room and like, I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, I don't even, like, what the fuck, y'all? Like, what?
Weirdo shit.
Like, it's no way, bro. Like, yeah, I don't know, bro. Like I said, but you got a lot of people that just won't speak up against shit. They don't want to be outside the club. They don't want to be there. People that do shit like that, bro. But I could definitely feel what you're saying. Like the whole fucking staff needs to be fired if that's the case. Like, cause there's no way. How many? Like, you got so many people from water boys to fucking coaches, trainers, like all type of shit, cleaning people, janitors. Like nobody seen shit. Ain't nobody seen none of this weird shit going on. Like that's tough, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody.
Yeah, D-Hop, they might not have a season next season, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, they might as well just cancel that shit now.
Yeah,
I would cancel that shit now and then say, look,
They just gonna go through what Penn State went through. Penn State was irrelevant for years after that happened. Northwestern is going to be the same way. They're not going to cancel the program. They're not going to do that. Unfortunately, I want them to cancel the program, but they're not going to do it. They're going to go through what Penn State went through. You have not seen. It's been a long time we saw Penn State in a bowl game. Not recently, but
you know what they're going to be? They're going to be a transfer stop.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which ain't necessarily a bad thing because you can scoop up a lot of good talent. Because guys looking for just somewhere they can start.
Yeah. Or they just want to get out of that program in itself, on a personal reason.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying in the upcoming years to go there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's why I said
once it all blows over in the years, I get it.
But yeah, no, man. I mean, this just for me, actually living around somebody and being around the predator, like knowing what that is like, it's just it hits home for me, man. And it's just like, nah, bro. I feel like anybody, anytime, anywhere, when you see it happen and you see people getting preyed upon, like, bro, even if you physically can't do nothing, you definitely should say something. Absolutely. Because I don't give a fuck. A lot of people, especially motherfuckers who prey on people, are weak them damn selves. They're weak. And just a little bit of confidence and some why are you doing that, man? Huh? What? And then they realize they're getting called out on their shit. And a lot of people don't like that shit. So what do? They tuck and run.
Right.
So I mean, I'm just saying, like
it's just it's a crazy story. It's a crazy way to how things just unfolded with this whole situation. But getting back to the final topic, and I wanted to keep this for last because I'm a Las Vegas Raiders fan. Of course, I'm gonna have to keep this for last, and that's Jimmy G finally passing the goddamn physical. Thank God I got some answers. I got some goddamn answers. And to be completely honest, yes, I was nervous because that man had foot surgery in March. We are in July, and now he passed the physical, and now we can see if he can stay on this football field. Now I know Garoppolo did put in his contract that it's a waiver where if I think it was a waiver or / release in place of the physical because of his injured foot they suffered on December 4th playing for the San Francisco 49ers. I think he put it in there if he gets hurt again or if he can't play the full season, he won't get the guaranteed money or anything of that nature. That's where he put it in the waiver or whatever it was. But shout out to Real Tagoons TV. You're mad late, bro, but I know you probably was at work and stuff of that nature. But Jimmy G, man, I'm happy that we finally got a quarterback that we can finally see on the football field. I'm tired of talking about, oh, is Jimmy G going to sit out training camp? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? I'm tired of all the speculation. I'm tired. And I'm happy that we finally got him on the field. Now we just got to get Josh Jacobs back. Let's sign Marcus Peters. Let's sign Troy Hill. Let's get a linebacker. Let's play some goddamn football at this point. Y'all thoughts? Because I don't really have much to say.
No, I mean, I'm happy to see him. He's back on the field. I just want to see what he can do. I want to see what his form looks like, how he looks. And the biggest thing is just like now more than ever, he needs to start throwing to Devontae Adams. So if he gets that together, I don't know what they can do as far as Josh Jacobs' concern is, but I wish they could just throw him a signing bonus, and you know what I mean, give him $5 million. Just give him a signing bonus of $5 million. Now you say you don't have the money, but it's
on top of his franchise tag of $10 million.
Yeah. It's a signing bonus. That comes out of the owner's pocket, not the salary cap.
Mark Davis, you got it. You got $5 million.
Listen to me. And I guarantee he would sign the $11 million contract for the next 3 years.
He will.
With that $5 million bonus. That's it. And that $5 million bonus that comes at remember what was right at the end of July. Is it July 31st? So there you go. So it's like if he's not healthy, then bam, you don't get that bonus. You're healthy at this time every single year, you get that $5 million bonus. So you're making top tier money.
And I
have this needle forward, but I can see something happening.
And I have to throw this out there as well. Like if you look at Jimmy G's career, when he has good running backs, they succeed. Because you know Jimmy G is not one of those quarterbacks that's going to sling the ball 50 times in a game. Yes. He's a manageable quarterback.
If he slings the ball 50 times a game,
we're losing. We're losing.
Probably down to a 3 touchdown.
We're losing if he throws 50 times.
But I'm saying, losing. Like, bro, he's a good quarterback for McDaniel's system. But you guys need Josh Jacobs. You need Josh Jacobs. Because, I mean, literally, what was the most pivotal thing in all of Tom Brady's leads to the Super Bowl with McDaniels? He had a good running back. Like, so I'm telling you, you give Jimmy G a good running back, your offensive line has gained improvement. Your defense is above subpar, so it's sneaky. And then you have Devontae Adams. You have what's the other?
Renfro. We have Jacoby Myers.
That's Austin Jacoby Myers.
We got Austin Hooper as the tight end with Michael Mayer, which is our second round pick from Notre Dame, which was the best tight end in the draft. Yeah, we got weapons on the outside. We got plethora of receivers on this roster going into training camp.
So, but you got to realize though, like Jimmy G, what is his best? What is his best play?
Play action.
His formation. Exactly.
He's in the play action. Absolutely.
Exactly. So putting him in the play action, if you put a shitty core of running back there, or a running back that doesn't produce immediately, what is that going to do? That's going to make it easier for him to load the box, right? And then drop back in coverage. That's all the safety's going to do. Safety's going to sneak up, then safety's going to get back. Safety's going to sneak up, safety's going to get back. So it's going to be like it's almost one-dimensional. So having that with him in McDaniel's system is going to be super pivotal.
Now, I can say this real quick, Anthony Price. I don't believe that Renfro will be gone. What I want McDaniels to do for Hunter Renfro, put him back in those option routes where he's so good at. If he can, then on top of that, if he can stay healthy, that's another thing. If Hunter Renfro can stay healthy, because he is getting paid big money as of right now. So
he's not a slot. I thought he was a slot wide receiver.
Yeah, he's a slot wide receiver, but he's getting paid enough where he probably could have restructured his contract because of his health issues. So
okay.
I
know how you feel.
I don't think Renfro is going to be gone. I think he's going to be fully healthy this year just because of the receiving core that we have. I mean, Mac Hollins wasn't at best good last year for us. I mean, he was all right, But it's Mac Hollins we talking about. It's Mac Hollins. Like, come on.
He's a journeyman wide receiver.
Right. He's Mac Hollins. So I just feel like if Josh McDaniels could take Hunter Renfrow off special teams and let him just be the regular slot receiver that he is, I think he stays healthy and he put him back in them option routes. If you look at his film from Clemson, if you look at his film under John Gruden, when you put him in the slot in them option routes, he's one of the best route runners from the slot position.
Bro, I'll say this. If you was to give him 10 looks and to give Devontae Adams 15 looks, just guaranteed them to, and you turn around and guarantee Jacoby Myers 10 looks. Everything else is runs.
Exactly. I'm fine with that. And
we're talking about 35, no more than 40 passing plays. And I'm talking that's the most. That's the cap.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I say 35 to like 36-ish attempts.
Well,
40,
that's what I'm saying. Obviously, if you're winning, you start to run the ball more.
Right. Right.
The whole thing is, if we're thinking in the terms is they have to get at least this many looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, worst game scenario, we have to throw that ball. This is how many looks they're getting. So if you can try to average that out, it winds up being more like, Devontae Adams is going to get at least 12 looks. Then Myers is going to get at least 8, and then Renfro is probably going to get split right between at 10. But your tight end and your running plays.
But I'm just happy that Jimmy Garoppolo could get on the football field and get continuity with his offensive line, continuity with his. Well, I mean, I can't say running back right now. I mean, whoever running backs that's there as of right now.
So for anybody listening, that remember everybody said, "Man, J.K. Dobbins gonna be good. Y'all gonna be okay. Y'all gonna be set." He's on the PUP list. I wonder how long he gonna be on that list.
Jimmy Garoppolo has an injury. He has an injury in March, and he's able to be not on the PUP list to start training camp by July. But J.K. Dobbins is up there. That's crazy. I know you was livid when you saw that. I know you was livid.
I was like, oh, so that's why we signed Gordon's bum ass.
What's going on, Snowman Multimedia? What's going on, brother? But yeah. Anybody says the Ravens running backs, what you thought that was going to happen, Elo?
I mean, I thought let's go get a running back. Let's go get a running back.
Dalvin Cook's out there, Ezekiel Elliott's out there, but y'all go out and get Melvin Gordon.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. That's what doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would we sign him to $3 million fucking deal when we could turn around and we could pay somebody else? We could trade for somebody else. Like, shit, if we're gonna overpay a fucking running back, let's fucking overpay at least a half decent one.
Facts.
Like, come on, you want to give $3 million to him? Like, no offense, like, we want to push the needle. Don't get it twisted, but we ain't pushing the needle for somebody who ain't pushed the needle in years. When's the last time Melvin Gordon even sniffed 1,000 yards?
Sure, the Chargers years, honestly. Them Chargers years. So
that's why I'm saying, like, bro, what is he gonna do?
Say no more. I'm just hoping to see Jimmy G at training camp. Training camp starts tomorrow for the Las Vegas Raiders. I can't wait to see the videos come out. I know my guy Leo from Nothing But Raiders podcast. He's going to the training camp tomorrow, so I'll have some stuff to put on the Nothing But Raiders podcast YouTube, some videos or whatever. But that is it for today's show, man. All NFL topics, all football topics. Ain't really too much going on in the NBA. Gordon going to block for Lamar. You know what, Anthony Price? Gordon can't even block. I'm sorry, he's not even a good blocking running back at that point.
I mean, listen. I'll honestly say this though: the Ravens' offensive line this year is going to probably be the best we've had offensive line wise since we won our last Super Bowl.
Absolutely, definitely.
And I 100%. If it was not for Michael Orr on the right hand side of that line, Joe Flacco would not have stayed perfect. Like Brian McKinney, his big soft ass, he gets a lot of credit. Bro, I met him, shook his hand all that shit, man. Like when I tell you, it was like squeezing a marshmallow. Like he's like Orlando Brown Jr. He's a big dude. He's a big dude. But when I tell you, like, do I think he could have done 10 push-ups? No, sir.
So there you have it, y'all. There y'all have it. Monday, July 24th, 2023 episode is in the books. I think we have 2 more episodes to 60, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna definitely take a look at it, but 2 episodes to 60. We're out of here, y'all. I know Mac is hungry. I'm hungry too. Shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I know he got to work, 6 out of the 7 days. So I'm letting. Listen, if you want to head out right now, go ahead, brother. I end the show for you.
Peace.
And shout out to my boy Mac of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. Shout out to Bug for being on the show as well. We're trying to get the whole crew back. A lot of things going on behind the scenes with people's lives and stuff of that nature. People working, people getting things together. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all go to SeatGeek.com and use that promo code DHopkins to get $20 off your first purchase. Make sure you go to BetUs.com and make sure you get that 125% off of your sports book upon the initial deposit. If you love to place a bet, link is in the description. Make sure y'all check out the merch as well. Yes, D-Hop Nation merch is now available. The link is in the description. I will be playing it after going into the outro of this podcast. But thank y'all so much for tuning in, man, to the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. We will see y'all Wednesday for another episode of the Darion Hopkins Show. Peace, love, and blessings. And we're out of here, y'all. Peace out.